The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo, are we back at the desktop? Few niggles again. Looks like the chat's not working properly for builds today. But I think I get everybody else's messages, I just don't get mine on the combined chat here. Might just try a reload of it. See if it fixes it. Thanks to reload it back there. Yeah, I don't think build showed up, did it? No build. Very strange. Yet, I think it went to the main window. Let me just check. Here we go. Tickle on the front when you don't want it. So stream has started, hasn't received messages. Good stuff. Not good. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to build. Anyway, have to come back to that. YouTube. Who's on YouTube today? How's the volume sounding? Is that working at least? Okay, the pinned worked there. I don't think it's receiving. Peeled. Not sure what that does. Yo. Nah, looks like I'm not going to get it going. Damn. That's annoying. No, it's not connected in, is it? Yeah, it's receiving it from the admin window of Pilled, but not the other way. So I'm not sure if it's Pilled that's changed something. Meantime, I wouldn't be surprised. They're always breaking stuff, aren't they? Same as YouTube. Wonder if it's worth re-adding it. Let's try it. Probably stuff up something. And let's see. As long as I get your messages, I suppose that's all that matters, but we won't be able to. It's too much of a hassle posting you the links. As we go. Let's try that. May fix it, you never know. Okay, and we got Pilled now. Yo. Can't type. Hey, Pilled's come up again. I think we may have it fixed now. Just say hi out there on Pilled if anyone's around, and it's the only way to really know. Let me just check here. Oh yeah, it seems to be going to the main window. Pilled is go. Okay, some strange niggles going on. The Men in Black, okay. So, Pilled is typo. But is it working? Yes, it looks like it's going to the main window now. Okay, we're in business. Okay, what have we forgotten? Well, we're troubleshooting. Could make it a bit bigger, I suppose. So yeah, the Brazil guy has cancelled. Won't be this time this year. Whether he comes back next year is another thing. The Men in Black have got him. Speaking of Men in Black. But doesn't matter. There'll be plenty of people that want to come on. But they tend to be dodgy people that do Reiki masters and dodgy people that only someone like Fade to Black would have on. That's not what my channel's about, unfortunately. It's about credible people with some interest in footage or whatever that we can analyse, even if we don't agree with it. As we found out about the ghost stuff, a lot of the ghost stuff with that XLS stuff is just rubbish. So yeah, I think you lose credibility if you rely on that now. It's actually quite refreshing to watch shows that don't use the dodgy stuff. Now you know about it, you know. So I often had ghost hunters, people that do, you know, amateurs, saying, oh, we went to that location the same as Ghost Adventures and we absolutely got nothing there. So it kind of makes you wonder. So I was watching last night's show and they're getting what sounded to me like some sort of bird making sound, or some sort of animal. They're saying, oh, that's a young girl, that's a young boy, or whatever. No, it didn't sound like anything like human on the microphone. So yeah, I think they're just dishonest now. Anything for ratings now, money. They might started off good intentions, but I think GA was always about, well, at least Zach was about making money out of it. Not good. How's it going there? Who else we got out there at the moment? Anyone? Liz. Liz has joined us. I thought you might be working again. I suppose they give you time off on the weekends. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff I could review and bring to the show. It's just a matter of finding time. I had some appointments with doctors and dentists this week. I think I found why I may have got cavities is because these big shopping malls, they all import from the same warehouse basically, and they stopped bringing in my favourite toothpaste. And they're all pushing the main brand, which is Colgate, which I hate. I hate most of the Colgate ones. I'm not a big fan of heavy minty stuff, you know. But to get my toothpaste overseas now costs like $4 a tube. So I have to buy a big box of it, like 20 tubes in one go, and it costs like $50 to get it posted. So I didn't have the money for a good year now. But it turns out the toothpaste that I was using didn't have any fluoride in it. No fluoride means you're going to get cavities, basically. It does repair and help enamel. But anyway, it's now cost me $2,000. Yeah, just once a cavity starts, there's no stopping it. It has to be drilled out, apparently. There's no mouthwash or brushing that can get rid of once the cavity gets hold. The bacteria puts like a defense system over itself, like an iron shield. As it's eaten sugars from your food, because there's always sugars in food, regardless if you're diabetic or not, the food is always going to have some sugar in it. It produces acid which wears down your teeth, you see, slowly. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't win Lotto either last night. It was up to 55 million, 3 people got it. So yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty much out of money by the Christmas coming up here, and yeah, it's going to put a bit of strain on me keeping going next year with the show, actually. But we'll see what happens. I got $5,000 on credit card at the moment, and yeah, it's not going to be a great Christmas anyway. I saw a disturbing story about Canadian beer containing liquid meth imported to New Zealand. Oh yeah. Was it Canada? I thought it was like an Asian country where Australians and New Zealanders went over there to a bar and they substituted this alcohol or something from the name brands, and basically it was lethal and killed off a few people. And also there's that story about the meth as well, that they were sticking it in beer cans or something in New Zealand, was it? Yeah, I'm not sure if it was from Canada or not, but it sounds like it is. Yeah, a few people drink it and that's it, they're done, overdosed. Okay. I feel like I've forgotten something though. What's the news? I think I've covered most of the news. It's not really happy news. I didn't sleep very well last night either. So we'll see how we go. There's not too many people about at the moment though. I guess this might be all we get though. So yeah, I've been having this song in my head. I thought we might just start off with a cheery thing. It's one of the great 70s songs. For some reason it's in my head all week. I'm not sure if I accidentally heard it somewhere, but I can't get it out of my head lately. And even when I'm in bed trying to sleep, all I can hear is the lyrics of this song here. I'll just play a few seconds of it so see if you can recognize it. Let's see if it works anyway. Trying to I got it muted. That's about all you can play of it without getting copyright. It's a great song, and if you have a look at the lyrics, for some reason that song's in my head. What's happened here? There we go, finally comes up. So his name's Gary Wright Lyrics, and it's sort of spacey alien type song, you know, like Astro dreaming, you know, leaving your body. So the main chorus is, "Oh, dream weaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Oh, dream weaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane," so these out of body stuff. "Cross the highways of fantasy, help me to forget today's pain." And then it plays the lyric again, the global lyric there. "Though the dawn may be coming soon, there still may be some time. Fly me away to the bright side of the moon and meet me on the other side." And that's all it is, and it just repeats over. But it's such a simple lyric, it's great. Great song, really. Yeah, I'm going to push the copyright, aren't I? You're allowed up to 5 seconds. I like the old melodies they had back then, and the great song lyrics they had back in those days. I don't really like modern songs anymore. What's all this Taylor Swift person who's got billions of dollars? I just don't understand it. You can't beat the old classics, 60s, 70s. David Bowie, Rolling Stones, Beatles. I'll be in your head all day and all week now too. So I'm trying to pass it off. I believe we can reach the morning light. Yeah, so that was like 30 seconds, but we'll see how much we push it. Well, since it's 1975, you'd think it'd be free by now, but it doesn't work that way. Apparently, it's like 70 years, generally, the general rule is 70 years after the person dies. So I think he died in the 2000s, did he? Let's see, I'm not sure. But yeah, great song. It's got a bit of synthesizer sound effects there. Fly me high through the starry sky. Starry sky. I'll post a link to it anyway, so you can play it in your own leisure. But yeah, shame about copyright being so strict nowadays. Because, you know, you could reach a lot of people that never heard that song before and love it too, and simply buy it, you know. It's kind of stupid, really. yeah, just copy that there. I've actually got in my favorite playlist. I'll just keep adding stuff to it. So I'll probably copy the playlist probably. So yeah. So how many of you have actually heard that song? Just good not as not good. I love that song, Just Enjoying. Yeah, Gary Wright had the sexiest background singers. Yeah, they look pretty good, didn't they? He was one of the first ones to have a keyboard played like a guitar. Oh, was he? That's pretty cool. Yeah, good songs to sort of wind down the day with, but then it ends up in your head, you know. It looks like it's going to do my playlist, but it doesn't matter. You better see what else is in my playlist. I have a whole mixture. I've got a whole range of music tastes, from sort of classical, or modern classical as I call it. I'm not sure if you actually heard of the band called Sky. They're like a modern classical group, UK. They actually did some really good stuff. And yeah, there's all sorts of people mixed in my playlist anyway, including .com. He actually did two good songs actually, My Life and what was that other song he did? I can't remember the title of it now, but yeah, it's in the playlist anyway. So yeah, we better carry on. Shame they didn't add lyrics to that one though. I might just post the lyrics to it. This one's got every lyric to A to Z of all the songs out there. It's quite good. I'm not sure if I actually heard his other songs actually, but that's the only one I sort of get stuck in my head. My favourite song was Fly Me Away to the Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, and meet me on the other side. Well, we could put you on voice and we could all have a group sing, I suppose. Dream Weaver. Okay. The morning light. It's one of those songs that grows on you, I think, as well. We'll just jump into Joe Rogan's abduction, I guess, from the channel that's blocked me. I just chose him because he had the full video of 4 minutes of it. Stupid blocking people. It makes no sense to block people. I generally don't block back, but, you know, some people I do. That I don't want to know, and like security, right? I want not to all the time. Well, he blocks me and deletes my comments as well. Or other people's comments, warning people about him. There's so many people still don't realise how many of these people were actually hoaxing stuff just for money. It's a bit of a shame, really. I see all these newcomers that come on that they associate with all the big name brands, Sondos, and suddenly they got like 50,000 followers. There's no justice in this world, you know. If you shill and hang out with the bad people, you're gonna grow. It's like a community of crooks in this field. But I'm the 1%er, right? I'm in the 1% category. So, what's Joe Rogan been up to? Must admit, he looks like he didn't sleep very well on that still there. So we'll have a look, listen. I'm not sure if we're going to get copyright strike on this one, but we'll see how we go. I'll pause it every so many seconds.
So, I was telling...
Okay, I need to check the volume levels on it.
you before we get started that I had...
Okay, it looks a bit low. I'll tweak it up a bit.
the most bizarre dream I've ever had in my life last night. The most realistic and most bizarre dream. And it's so...
Okay, gotta be careful here, not playing it too long.
so hard to try to explain how strange this was. But I was in some...
Okay, we can see how tired he looks. This has really got to him, this experience he's had. Remember he used to do all the outer bodies experiments with the drugs and things to try and experience astro projection and outer body and all that.
Weird corridor that looked like a building but was odd. Very strange. And
makes you wonder if he died. Normally corridors is normally what people claim to see when they passed over, right?
I was encountering these beings that look like people, but
beings that look like people.
Very different. They were very thin, and they were slightly on the tall side.
So it sounds like it might be tall greys that he's talking about here.
And they had big heads, like
big head sounds like a grey to me.
Larger than normal, with larger than normal eyes, but they...
So they weren't big eyes, just slightly larger than normal eyes. So could they be hybrids that he's thinking of here? So this is where he needs to get pen and paper and start drawing, right? Nothing beats doing a bit of doodle.
Looked like people, and they were playful, and they were scaring me. They scared me, and then they joked around, like...
Yeah. I can understand what he's talking about.
We're just joking around. It was the most realistic dream I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but when I dream, it's always in colour. And it does feel like they're the real people in the dream. It's a bit hard to explain it, you know. Some people obviously don't dream the same way. Some people dream in black and white, which is a bit strange. I've never ever dreamed in black and white ever. In fact, if anything, the colours are more vibrant when you dream, I think. Yeah, that's true. Not good. You can buy followers and views and even reviews and comments. You can pay for it. And pretty much everybody that I've talked about do that. Alien Girl 111, a secure team, has even done it. In fact, he did it big time to try and get that gold button thing. He got up to 800,000 and he sort of stalled, but I think he had bought, or someone had bought in followers. What he does is he normally gives money to other people and gets them hired as like helpers and asks them to do it. So it's sort of like one step away from him, which makes more sense, right? Just like Goofon also got bought followers, and he also used illegal practices to build up his channel. But he's still getting probably about the same amount of views as I get across all my domains, right? And I don't do any cheating. I just do it the hard way. Yeah, they all sort of hang together, these channels, right? Helping each other grow. It's quite interesting though when you see Google roll out a short video that they don't block, just gets like thousands of views, right? And you get subs from it sometimes, especially if you ask people to sub to you but don't have to have notifications on. You got to get up to that 5,000 level, then 10,000 level, but I think it's 10,000 now. It used to be 5,000. I'll be lucky to get to what are we at to now? It's gone up 30 subs in the last month, so that's pretty good. I think the cat video caused at least 10 of those subs. All these other ones are distilled. All these other channels, domains out there distilled. I don't think there's any people really interested in the real stuff. I'm just interested in sensational and all this disclosure nonsense that's coming out lately. It's just all talking heads, no evidence, just nice little stories. And of course a lot of those turn out to be even fake, you know. It's a bit like when Greer did the Disclosure Project. He was a good organizer, but he's a damn liar. He's one of the best liars out there next to the security team. But, and third phase, of course. Yeah. And still Greer talks about his light beams and when they're all photoshopped or manufactured. And yet no one calls them out on it apart from me. Anyway, we better get back to Rogan. Yeah, if I bought subs, I'd probably lose my monetization, right? Google would make sure to punish me, but the other channels, they seem to have a sweet spot for it. Now, I was debating with AI a couple of days ago, saying that my channel's suppressed, and it says, no it's not, no it's not. Yeah, but you're part of Google. Well, that's true, I am part of Google. It was funny, it was funny. I should have copied it and pasted it to show you. But yeah, it was defending Google, of course. I said I got evidence every day to prove that I'm being suppressed. If I, like I said, if I release a cat video, it'll get thousands of views. But if I release stuff on UFOs and aliens, it doesn't even get rolled out. Then it come back and said, "Oh yeah, some stuff doesn't fit Google's policies. It may be limited." We know UFOs and aliens are limited unless you're on TV, and then they get promoted to hell. You know, like Ross Coulthart and Corbell nonsense and all the other grifters out there. Anyway, carry on with Joe's thing.
And I woke up and I could not go back to, I had to stay up. I got up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, see, this is a wee bit strange to me. If he had a dream, got woken up, it doesn't sound like it's like an abduction experience, because when I woke up, they were there in the room, right? And normally you would put a light on, get up and go to the toilet. But instead, they knocked me back out somehow. And I woke up late in the morning. I think it might have been 10 AM or something. And I sat up on the edge of the bed and thought, no back pain. And then it all sort of come rushing into my head again. Oh, what happened last night? That was weird. And why am I bursting to go to the toilet? That's really weird. Because normally you're so full up on the bladder that you want to get to the bathroom and pee, especially when you're diabetic, right? So I don't believe he's been abducted here. I think, if anything, he may have had like a out of body experience here. Maybe he was projected somewhere else. Yeah, a bit like the multiverse model I was talking about. Anyway, we'll see what he's going to say.
And I just went to the gym and I worked out for a couple hours.
So at 3 in the morning, goes to the gym. That's just crazy.
And I was like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, well, there goes Apple Podcast. Why do you have to say that word? Why can't you say, what the F is that? You know?
But it was very bizarre in that there was communication going on.
So again, that sounds like an out-of-body connection there, doesn't it?
It was,
yeah, looks like he's got red eyes here, hasn't he? Looks like my magnifier's not going to let me zoom in for some reason. Let's reset that. Oh yeah, it might be working now. Oh. Looks like my camera's dropped offline. What happened there? Everything's going wrong today. I hope we got internet connection still, have we? What we got going on here? Helicopter just flew over my place just tomorrow, and yeah, as long as it doesn't sort of have aliens in it, you should be right. Or FBI, I should say.
It was like, God, I want to read into this because I know it's just a dream, but it was like.
So he's actually saying it, he knows it's a dream. But it's obviously freaked him out so much, right?
Like, get comfortable with this.
You should read into it because it's a dream. So it doesn't make it right, but your subconscious is trying to tell.
So they're talking about consciousness, what about it is, I guess.
Tell you about something, and the fact that it felt very, very important means your subconscious thinks it's very, very important.
I woke up, I mean, I was tired, man. When I went to bed, I was tired. I was falling asleep watching TV.
That sounds like me.
I went to bed at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, like beat down. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably have to have a sleep after the show here today as well.
Oh my God, I'm going to get some sleep. It's had a long week, a lot of activities, workouts, this, that.
It works out too much.
At the other, tired. 3:30 in the morning, after whatever this.
I'm generally mentally tired. I've never really been physically tired myself. But you know, normally your back pain, all that kicks in, stops you doing much anyway. Oh no, the camera's dropped out again. That normally happens when they do an automatic update. Even though you turn off automatic updates on cameras, they carry on doing them. I think it's all to do with China taking control of the cameras. Even though you try and block it, they find back doors.
Woke me up so much that I just laid in bed for like another hour, and I was like, there is no way I'm going to sleep. I'm up forever. And then I just went and worked out. I worked out, and I was hoping I would be exhausted after I worked out and I'd be able to relax. But it was like a couple hours after that that I...
Yeah, it's probably too many seconds there.
Laid down, and I took a nap for an hour before I came here.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Did you see a video, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was the day before, of some...
Looks like he's changing the topic here though, doesn't it? He should be asking him, does he remember what people look like? Because that's one thing that's hard to remember, right? When you wake up. Or any smells. Anyone that you knew. Did you look around? All those type of questions you want to ask, right?
Chinese rope.
What made him wake up? You know, what was the point that when he woke up? Normally it's something happens when you wake up. It's something that maybe scares you.
Robots that seem to be across on our side of the uncanny valley, that they walk with a gait that feels very...
He's talking about robots that walk funny? What the hell?
Very human. Did you
No,
see
I haven't
that?
seen that. Is that the latest?
Why is he interrupting his stream story? That's just stupid.
I don't know. I've seen it a few times in the last couple of days. It sort of sounded to me like your dream might have been responsive, you know.
These things.
Oh, right. He's saying he may have seen it and it's incorporated into his dream state, because you always remember stuff that you dreamed about that happened during the day or whatever. It's sort of how the memory works to store things.
Things felt very organic. Whatever this was, it felt like living organic beings. That.
Yeah. So that's what happened also, is that I had these vivid dreams of, like, that I was being shown stuff, like diagrams and how things worked. And sort of basically I woke up exhausted, right? Even more exhausted. But I had to write it down. I had to talk about it on a show. It's like my mission was actually to try and remember as much as I could and sort of make sense of it and bring it to a show, a live show, and tell everybody about it, which I have done. And of course, I've added more to it over time, or made slight corrections to the stuff that I presented early, that was in the dreams, right? Which is how the multiverse works, or how they travel through it, and how they can travel great distances faster than the speed of light, by using the multiverse and portals. But anyway, a lot of these people are probably new and probably haven't watched my old shows where I've talked about it. But it's interesting that Joe should bring it up. Because, here we go again. Bugger off, China. Or Men in Black. Just leave my cameras alone. It's the one that looks out the back window anyway, so it's not. It could listen into what I'm saying, I guess. That's about it.
That were like us. There was also a water element. It was hard to understand what the water element of it was, but there was some sort of an indication that there was water and that there was a protection from you going out into the water. But if you did go into the water, there's a bunch of predators in the water. But they weren't like...
Kind of sounds like an undersea alien base, doesn't it? There's a lot of sharks down there.
Like, it wasn't like sharks, it was reptile, like crocodile type things.
Maybe might be on another multiverse where they're back in time, where they got like dinosaur crocodiles, you know, the early kind of creatures. Now, I've talked about that too, that each of the universes are at different time periods. Some are billions of years in the future, some a billion in the past, or million in the past, even days in the past, or days in the future. Sounds to me like he's had an outer body to a universe plane, where it's probably in the past, where there may have been alien base there, right, as well. Well, it may have been like our DNA, but it's evolved differently, so which they're actually alien greys on that planet that he had an outer body to.
That were in the water, and that they had been like feeding them and keeping them calm and like keeping them away. But whatever these...
Yeah, it does sound very similar to a multiverse model there, because a dream will be similar to outer body. Some people know they're out of body though. Doesn't sound like he does. I think he had an out of body there. Because when I was 13, I had an out of body, and it freaked me out. Scared the crap out of me when I had an out of body. When I was laying in bed, and suddenly I was pinned against the ceiling, and then I couldn't. It's like my face was squashed into the ceiling. It's like I was really close to it, and I tried to put my hands up. I could feel, and I touched the ceiling and pushed hard with one of my other hands, although I couldn't see it because I was that close to the ceiling. I couldn't see what my hands were doing. Then I flipped around and saw me laying in bed, and then the next minute I remember sort of gasping in bed and bouncing upwards like I've been struck in the chest, and then I was back in my own body again. So that totally freaked me out, and that's before really they had anything scary on TV like sci-fis with that sort of stuff in it. I think Star Trek was about the only thing around about that time, and Lost in Space, which is normally a joke of a sci-fi, but it was still enjoyable, I guess. There wasn't really much to watch back in those days, but Star Trek got better and better, of course, and once we got a colour TV as well. But there was no books on out of body. But yeah, after that point, once I heard about it, I thought that's what I experienced. Then after that, I think I've become more open to stuff. I was less scared of dying as well. I think it made me a better person from it. And yeah, it's just a shame that not everybody can experience it though. But yeah, I didn't want to experience it again, because I don't know, it's just scary. You didn't know whether you were dead for a brief second, and you sort of gasped and you started breathing again. Maybe I had sleep apnea all my life. Who knows? But anyway, I almost got to the end of this.
Beings were in my dream. They were like what humans could eventually be. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, just what I was just saying too, wasn't it? I was saying it sounds like he's in the other universe plane where it's more in the future or in the past, and the alien greys are there.
It didn't feel like a person, but I don't feel like a monkey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like that. It was very, very realistic. Like there was communication going on, and
yeah, that's what happened when I woke up to find the aliens in my bedroom. You could see the glow off their skin, which was illuminated fabric. I think it like bioluminescent fabric. So it was like self-illumination, and like they didn't have to hold torches. They simply glowed and lit up the room. And you can see the deep black eyes and the reflections of it. I was only awake probably 30 seconds at the most before I was knocked out again. I just called it a weird dream myself, because that's all you can do. You can say, well, maybe a hallucination. But it's something you never forget, it was your dreams you tend to forget. Something like that you don't forget, because at the time you were in extreme pain. You had a needle that was being pushed into your back. Couldn't have been any more real. But when you explain it, people are just going to say it's probably a dream or hallucination. But yeah. 2 years later, this lump appeared and started oozing this stinky fluid from it. in the same place where they were sticking the needle, and we took a photograph of it, and you could see the triangle pattern on the lump, puncture marks. So this was really weird. Be interested to know if he has any marks on his body. You should get someone to just look over him just in case he's got like a triangle pattern somewhere.
I was really freaked out, and they were fucking with me to lighten me.
There's normally, what the abductees say, there's normally a tall grey that's the guy that gives you calming thoughts, right? There's a tall grey that normally takes control, and it's the little greys that do all the mechanical work, whatever it is that they're given tasks to do. Whether it's to take blood from you or whatever, or experiment on you. Kind of sounds very similar to a abductee experience that he's having here, but he said it's definitely a dream. But maybe he'll change his mind in the future. Maybe he'll discover something on his back or something.
Yeah, because I was freaked out. They're like, ah. And then they're like this, like, calm down.
That's a scary look, isn't it? Calm down.
Like, relax. It was so realistic. It was so realistic that when it was over...
I think he's saying it's a dream, but he knows it was a real experience. It does sound like an alien experience that he's had there. Comparing it to my own experience. But you do call it a dream. You just sort of brush it off. Oh, here we go again. I might have to unplug the camera. Could be a power supply problem on it. The Chinese power supplies don't last 24/7 like all year. They eventually start losing voltages, and once it gets below a certain voltage, it's not enough to keep the camera going. And they have to keep throwing away power supplies and replacing it with a new one. Okay. I'm a doctor, Jim, not a bellboy. I've got a portal on my expletive deleted. He did not see anything because his head was down and... Okay, what have I missed? Helicopter, I woke, they were in my room and just probing. He did not see anything because his head was down and his rear was up. Yeah, I don't know, the anal probing stuff, that only seemed to come from Schreiber. No one else has talked about anal stuff. Females have talked about ovary, egg collection. But I've not heard of any males, abductee, talking about anal probing. It's normally just a butt joke now, isn't it? So, what are they saying here? Joe Rogan's segment is wild. Rogan describes a hyper-real dream in which he meets tall, thin, human-like beings with enlarged heads and eyes. Playful but unsettling and strange water barrier full of reptilian predators. He wakes up at 3:30. Well, I actually did last night too. And it's always like the witching hour, they call it. Wired and unable to sleep and goes straight to the gym. Yeah, I was like that last night too, but I tried to go back to sleep. Sounds like he did. This is precisely what happened to me. That camera. When I was 7 and my brother was 8. Actually, I might just go and pair it off and on in a minute. If it does it going, I'm going to go and pair it off and on, I think. When I was 7, my brother was 8. We were both abducted by aliens. We both found ourselves. So that's the thing with mine. Mine was done all in my bedroom. They didn't take me anywhere. But then again, I am quite a big guy. And I used to do a bit like Joe Rogan. You think they'd probably strap him down though. We both found ourselves in the black room with cold steel surrounding us. I woke my brother up from the aluminium bed next to me, and we were both scrambled to get out of the container room. The container had smooth edges and pure darkness and still. We saw these beings with long heads and big eyes looking at us if we were specimens. We both woke up in our bunk beds at the same time. I guess if you can say we woke up from the dream together. And we still are. We're both over 40 years old and we still can't comprehend how we shared the same dream, experienced the same thing. Yeah, it's why we're in this field, to try and work it out. Most likely his higher family or beings making temporary contact. He did seem genuinely freaked out. Yeah, I'd say just looking at his body language. I wonder if Joe got implanted. I'd say more unlikely. So this is a saying. Once you start associating with real investigators in ufology, who also are investigating contactees, and you also connect with contactees. Oh, there we go again. Then it's more likely something's going to happen to you in future. Especially if you influence their clients. So if you're messing around with their client list, they might check you out just to make sure that you're not going to interfere with whatever they're doing. That's my belief, what's going on there. Now, it might be that they're trying to remove what I call entities from other universes that get attached to your property or location, but also can get attached to you. Because we don't know what consciousness is, and whether it's like an energy that gets connected into the atom level, and somehow it has to be removed again because it changes who you become, or it could actually produce DNA variations that was not meant to be in that universe. I don't know. I think it's a lot more stuff to be understood. Unfortunately, it looks like it's gone quiet where I am now. So whether they're done with me, I don't know. So I'm not going to probably be able to capture any incredible stuff on video like I had been capturing. I had two of these, a memory of it like a regular memory of real life. You don't get flashbacks from DMT. If it's Hey Arnold heads that look teenager, then I've seen them as well. Hey? They seem sticky and might still be on me. I get the vibe. Anyway, we better move on. I had the same kind of dream. My friend who passed away looks something like what he was describing. Okay, I'm going to have to sort that out. Hang on, be back in a minute. What's going on? I've got to be careful what the power off here. Yeah, let's try. I physically powered off and then on, see if that holds. If not, I might just oh no, I better not. I was going to check the cameras, see what I was looking at. If it did a firmware update, then it may need to be turned off and let discharge and then turn back on. Sometimes a soft reboot doesn't fix it. Hard reboot is needed. Hang on, I just need a drink now. Whew. Okay, I'll turn that volume back down on that. Okay, so what was this? Whereabouts were we? Passed away in 2016, looks something like what he was describing. Being a goblin or something very strange. Yeah, most encounters with any types of alien beings happen through dreams. They made a 7-foot tall, extremely powerful albino. This is generally time frames I wake up to or sing greys. I say he's describing the tall greys I saw once. Yeah, it's nothing like experiencing aliens strictly yourself. It's only then you can really understand all the crazy stories. Oh no. How long was that? 2 minutes before it crashed again? It's got to be a power problem, I think. We'll see if it happens again. It's going to power off, and then I'll look into it after the show. Was that a large grey? And damn, those were stunning blue eyes. Haven't seen any blue-eyed aliens, that's for sure. But doesn't rule out hybrids, of course, in other alien species or variants on different universe planes. Anyway, I'll share the X post so you can have a watch of the Joe Rogan thing again if you want to, without pausing. Yeah, when you hear crazy stories that aliens deleted stuff off your phone, and I used to thought it was funny. I thought, yeah, I know. how would they understand our technology? It's so low grade. Yeah, how could they access it without actually getting physical access to it? They would have to hack into the phone via your Wi-Fi or something, you know, or Bluetooth. Oh well, that's it. I'm going to have to go again and turn that off for sure. I tell you, this is the kind of weird stuff I get around the house here. Especially when I go on live shows. It's like something always trying to sabotage what I do. It's funny how it should happen today when I'm talking about alien greys, of all things. So yeah, crazy. Who's out there anyway? Yeah, I'd like to actually have anyone else that's had experiences like that to come on the show, or even talk to me privately, you know. There might be something we get from it, you know. When people come out openly and talk about the experience and say this happened, then it ends up being like a common thing, common ground. Like it may be a certain smell, might be something they said. Well, they don't actually say it. They're not communicating with me other than dreams after. Well, it's like being in a course, you know, like being in a classroom where you got all this stuff coming into your head, technical stuff, and it's just crazy. And you're trying to comprehend it. I know people like Loeb reviews and all that might think you're just nuts or something, but who cares, you know? Sometime one day they might have the same experience and then realise they were totally wrong about it all. Okay, so yeah, this is what I mean. The software has blocked you, so you can't perform this action. So I was going to reply to it. So yeah, cowards go, what? Shills will be shills. I see exchange, so you don't say blocked on the header now. I think it does on the app still, but on the web page it doesn't. But anyway. Okay, Mick West. So this is something else that's a bunch of bollocks as well. Cloud UFOs. Now I've looked over this over the years and I've never ever come across a true UFO cloud that follows people around. People keep saying, oh, this cloud keeps following us. But yeah, it's just like an optical illusion, you know? You can see the same cloud for miles, right? Apparently there are loads of videos of clouds that look like UFOs that suddenly up and fly away. Can someone post me towards one? I think I said me too. Anyway. So, Ross Coulthart pushing more bullshit. Now, who are these people here? Foreigners.
I've had multiple people have sent me imagery. There's quite famous ones on YouTube where you see what looks like a cloud, and it's shaped just ever so slightly like a disc or a craft, and it's got the fluffy edges of a cloud, and then it suddenly maneuvers and just moves away.
Okay, so what he's talking about there is what I've pointed out last time as well, last weekend. What you call helium foam clouds, right? So I'll just bring it up to remind anyone that's new here. And you can make them into any sort of 3D object you want, including UFOs if you want. Let's see, I'll put UFO in and see if we can find one. Images. So these are general natural forming UFO clouds. That looks like a advertising balloon, that one. This one here probably. On Reddit. There it is again. Now these like helium foam clouds. And they do move crazy. That's natural again. That's what you call a hole punch cloud. But yeah, I was looking for the... Oh, here we go. It might be another one. Might be one of these helium foam clouds. You can see little bits breaking off. Anyway, just putting that there. So these are all the strange shapes you can get, right? We looked at it last time. And it just shows you how duped people can be. You know, regardless of what shape you can dream up, it's going to look like a UFO, right? If you wanted to look like a UFO. Can look like a plane even. UFO cloaked as a plane. This one, it looks like a UFO. So yeah, that's what I believe Ross has been duped by hoaxes and shills out there. Stephen B, welcome. I'm Pilled. It looks like we got Pilled working after all with the chat. Well, you don't have to confirm or deny the experience if you don't want to. Thanks for commenting. It's always good to hear people watching from different areas that we're sending it to simultaneously. But yeah, you can even do letters. Party, party. Anyway, Ross is an idiot. These people that watch him are believing what he's saying, right? And the fact that he's got that facial expression doesn't mean he's taking it seriously at all. He knows he's shilling.
And I sometimes wonder whether something or someone is using clouds as a form of stealth or signature management.
Look at that silly cow. I don't know who she is.
I've had multiple people have sent me.
Well, they only got a little clip of the interview here. What are they saying here? That's what you took from the interview, Mick? Not that the orb that hovered at sea level changed direction, was cold on IR and couldn't be seen by human eye. I'm not sure what orb they're talking about because it's not in the clip. I don't like Orbs. I don't know about you guys, but you know, a balloon was cold on IR and couldn't be seen by the human eye. Yeah, it depends how big it is and what the light conditions are, whether you see a balloon even. So yeah, this doesn't really mean much to me, that statement. One can do more than one thing, but on that, I wait for the actual data. Yeah, so maybe we need to find... Alright, I said here, helium foam clouds. I've actually replied to it. I'd like to see those too, but I think what he's seen is what's known as 1. Helium foam clouds, human CGI, AI CGI. So yeah, can we find the full Ross clip? Probably on his channel, is it? Let's have a look. Orb. Is that the ones we're talking about? I suppose he's got no stills from it. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, gone past it. Is that the one? Was it not playing? Let's look at some snapshot. YouTube. Oh yeah, so we want to find a bit about the orb. Where's the orb stuff?
That I know the White House said in January.
Is that it?
What you've been seeing recently.
Okay, something on the edge of the water line there.
And there's an event that took place on the 5th of July this year, 2025.
Why is it not centered?
It starts off with what looks like an orb hovering over the ocean. Talk me through, and we'll show the video here. Talk me through.
Are you talking about that thing that's flashing up there?
Through what you saw that evening.
Okay, so this was.
So it's at night time, so there's no guarantee you're going to see it with your eyes anyway.
It was an object that presented over the water. Initially, what we saw was something that roughly about 600 feet from the surface off the Atlantic Ocean. We saw an object that was not very luminous, very very low light, not really in the IR. Some visible light was present, and we noticed that the light presented in the same basic area, the same area of the sky.
I guess they're talking about that there.
Within a short period of time, that object disappeared, and we saw this what looked like a sphere on the water, extremely bright, luminous sphere.
Are you seeing this with your naked eye or only with your hyperspectral or FLIR camera?
This was invisible to the eye, completely invisible. It was only through the hyperspectral cameras.
Wow. Were you getting it on radar?
Well, it's obviously got a temperature gradient different to the surface of the sea there, right? Whether it's hot or cold, we're not too sure.
Yeah.
Nothing on radar. And the
So why couldn't that be simply a mild balloon bouncing off the surface of the sea, right? Because we know they use helium balloons for fishing. It could be a weighted LED balloon. Yeah, I got sneezing. Talk about sabotage. Yeah. So I don't know. It looks kind of like suspicious, like it's like a fishing balloon that got away. It's probably got an LED light in it so they could see where it was. And it's probably got a weight on it still, and eventually it breaks off and then it'll fly away, won't it? Because it's got helium in it.
The object might have been too small for radar anyway, and it was also close on the ocean surface, so we would get kind of a we would get a reflection from the water. It's not something that can't be
reflection can be from a lead balloon though. So yeah, I'm not too excited about that. Now you compared that UK one that we got with a classic flying disc, right? On HD daytime footage, no nighttime crap. It's way better than all that sort of rubbish that these people were presented. And they'll never get access to it.
It was the lighting on.
Yeah, so there's another orb one here. So could they be talking about this one?
And it was as bright as probably brighter than an airliner. An airliner, you have 600 watts.
So you can't help to see that it's got some red in it.
Lights on it. This is probably brighter than 600 watts. But the light, the light didn't hurt your eyes. But it was a bright red object with an orange interior. The center was more white. As it went overhead, I saw it looked like borders or divisions on the bottom of it, which I couldn't quite make out.
You described some kind of
Sounds like it was out of focus here most of the time.
structure underneath.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a high altitude balloon, like a weather balloon with a payload. Some structure underneath.
Yes. It looked like it was a divided structure. Probably some parts more were embossed or they were raised. So
Any
Chinese spy balloon.
noise?
No noise at all. It's completely quiet.
Because the two structures there sounds like maybe it's got like an array of solar panels underneath, which the spy balloons have. Maybe it uses some sort of like electric light to heat up something, and that's why it glows. So maybe that it was heating up at a time of day where they expected no one to see it. There's all sorts of possibilities here. It doesn't mean it's aliens, so it's more likely to be man-made stuff. Anyway, enough on that. Exclusive, huh? So, yeah, I forgot to see where they were from. It doesn't say, does it? I suppose I should have checked. Who are they? What's going on here, YouTube?
On the bottom of it, which I couldn't quite.
So what have we got here? Any information? Oh no, super soon. Let's see. 210,000 views on that garbage. Oh god. Donna Leonardo of Nightcrawler Research. John Tisco. Caught the attention of the FBI. That's just showing possible non-human intelligence. Well, at least he ain't lazy. He's added some bookmarks at least. Those are all in horrible capitals though. Actually, let's have a helper that does that. So who is this? Nightcrawler's Research. Let's just do a look on that one. Eye on the sky. Could that be it? We conduct on-site observations and data collection. Give first information on anomalous aerial. They got a little minivan with a stupid security camera at the front there. It's not even upside down. What's that satellite link for internet? Probably SpaceX, is it? In America, you could do that though, couldn't you? That's what I wanted to set up, like a UFO bus and go out to hotspots with all the best gear you could get under the sun, and actually create a TV show out of it, like UFO hunters, and do it properly, you know. The non-profit, donate here. Long Island. Groundbreaking wreck. And yet they can only show us orbs. Where's the TR3Bs? So I guess if we're on Ross Coulthart, they're trying to get promoted, right? Anyone that goes on Ross Coulthart is trying to promote and trying to sell something, right? So at least one of them has a Bachelor of Science, like myself. Donald Lee, a BA, which is typical. Bachelor of Arts, what is it? Psychology, probably. This other one. MED, is it? Masters of Education. It's not exactly physics or technical people. Let's see. That's the guy with the Bachelor of Science that's probably setting it all up, and the other ones are just helping. Looks like he's got a fisheye looking into the sky there. But I see he hasn't got stereo cameras set up, unless it's using that one at the same time. Me, I'd have a lot more cameras than that, and there would be thermal as well. So it's like a ghost hunting team, basically, but a UFO hunting team. It looks like the sort of trucks they use on Ghost Adventures, doesn't it? Anyway, I just got sidetracked on that a wee bit too much. So yeah, UFO clouds, easy debunk. Mick West, chipping in finally on the 3i Atlas stuff. Sorry, RV, it's worth noting that zero planetary scientists give AV's claims any credence. Contrary to his complaints, this is not because they are afraid to consider the aliens hypothesis. They're saying he's wrong because he's demonstrably wrong. Anomalies explained. He's Mr. E-Lobes, always looking for the next grift. That's what I said. And here's all the defenders. Ivy isn't claiming anything. Yeah, he's claiming percentage on things. So there's, like all shells in this field, they always have like an out clause. Like a security team is make up your own minds, right? I'm not telling you anything. I'm just showing you the evidence. Make up your own minds. What do you mean he's wrong? He has said from the very start it's mostly likely a comet. 60% as a comet, 40% tech due to anomalies. Then it's not the 40% at all. A computer program with absolutely zero scientific degrees or published papers. Everybody's hung up on papers, published papers. Yeah, has Elon got published papers? He's just got a $1.5 trillion paycheck, isn't he? Yeah, you don't have to have qualifications to prove yourself. It gets to a point where you get sick of proving yourself with doing various papers. I did. People said, oh, to teach this at university you got to have this paper. Nah, I'm not gonna keep having to prove myself. On the bright side, your quadratic nature is an endless source of humor. I love AV's approach. The funniest thing about alien craft theory is that it's true. They give zero FS about us because it's not even coming close to Earth. That's true. If it's an alien craft, they certainly went past us. Well, I'm afraid AI basically said the same as Mick West as well. Although they said his ideas and theories are interesting, that all scientists say it's natural, right? Here we go. They're trying to shut him up. Well, he certainly has gone out his way to try and get exposure on TV and all the podcasts out there, right? Including Third Phase. So he needs to shut up. I wouldn't call him a doctor. Doctor of fantasy, maybe. Dr. Love. Yeah, you could say, you could do anything like what AV's doing, right? These guys are defending him. It's just crazy because, anyone could say, oh, the universe is going to explode and disappear on the 3rd of next month or whatever, right? There's 1% likely chance that the universe is going to end. Oh, he's not saying it's going to end, he's saying it could end. It's just like the same old, it's like doing mediums and cold reading, right? There's probably a 1% chance that aliens are going to come launch secretly off the object and come to Earth. There's no way to prove it either way. Yeah. I don't think Mick West gives a crap what they have to say anyway. And of course this is what happens as well. Which is kind of funny. Loeb finally breaks silence on Loeb-Kaku as NASA. Something big just happened. The space watchers are losing it. In a new interview with Ben from Casper site, Harvey, astrophysicist. I wouldn't call him an astrophysicist. I say he's like a theoretical physicist, if anything. Loeb directly responded to Kaku's claim that the interstellar object 3i Atlas is just a 7 billion year old rock covered in space junk. I think Kaku is correct. Loeb didn't hold back. He said Kaku hasn't written a single scientific paper on this. Here we go, we're talking about papers again. He's just trying to be liked and popularize science. So that's like kettle calling the pot black. They're both equally bad in my opinion, but it's just hilarious. Then came the real twist. Loeb's team actually ran deep space simulation tracing 3i Atlas motion through the galaxy. The results: if its 60 kilometers per second speed came from natural course, it could belong to an ancient stellar population. But if the propulsion or controlled ejection is involved, that changes everything. In simple words, if it's natural, it's old. If it's technological, it's powered. And clearly it's not powered. They even discussed the strange jets coming off the Atlas, possibly thrusters. Well, it could be simply pockets of gas that finally the sun heated up enough for them to escape. NASA remains silent, yeah, because of the lockdown. We'll play a clip from it, I guess.
There's a doctor, forgive me if I've
Is it low volume?
pronounced his name wrong. Dr. Michio Kaku?
Yes, yes.
He actually just came on the internet and he basically said that the
So you gotta be careful, copyright again.
reason why it's showing these strange materials is because it's 7 billion years old and it's picked up garbage.
Yep, gravity does attract. The thing is, we don't know how the rock was formed. It could have been exploded from a star and then reaccumulated through gravity. bits and pieces. It could be a planet that exploded or another planet plowed into it. But Avi wants it to be space aliens.
Well, again, he didn't write a single scientific paper on this subject.
So, not written a single scientific paper.
He's also a commentator. And
come on, say he's a TV scientist. Come on, kick it in the guts.
again, trying to be liked and popularize science. It's not
Kettle calling the pot black.
as if he's saying that based on any calculation. I wrote a paper with a student of mine where we said, suppose it's a natural object and we were to integrate the trajectory back in time, what kind of stars it should have originated from. And of course, we found that it should have arrived because it was moving when it entered the solar system, was moving at 60 kilometers per second. That's a high speed. We found
basically what the summary said.
that it should have arrived from the population of old stars in the Milky Way disk, because those stars were kicked around for a longer time, so they have a higher characteristic speed relative to the sun. And so,
what if it's all wrong? What if everything was made at the same time? Everything's the same age. We're just guessing until we get out into space and start exploring it. They're all basing it on Big Bang theory and the expanding universe idea. It could all be totally wrong. Anyway, I just can't listen to that guy. Even looking at him, he kind of reminds me of something from Lord of the Rings. It's aliens. And of course, that's who he's talking about there. Cuckoo. Yes, he looks pretty much the same except for his hair color changes, right? That must have been when he was half the age. He looks really old nowadays, though. But yeah, he's a string theory guy. Theory guy. He's not. He's got his own problems. Anyway, Mick West again. Can someone tell Cash a rose? Sammy Hanger. That if you look west from Laga Beach in November at night, you will see a lot of Starlink satellites reflecting the sun. So yeah, again, all these celebs and things jumping on the UFO bandwagon haven't got a clue what they're doing, and they don't even use basic apps on their smartphone. Just imagine if someone else on the beach wasn't filming but actually used a smartphone just to check for Starlinks, International Space Station, other satellites and planes, that a lot of these videos of so-called UFOs wouldn't exist. And I'm saying here, they probably knew just that, shilling for clicks. And of course, someone's pointed out planes. Below is time lapse of 2 to 3 hours of normal air traffic in the area. Of course, we know this because we use the apps. But the problem with planes is they're not low on the horizon, so Steve is probably wrong there and Mick West is probably correct because satellites go below the horizon. Gosh, it's pretty loud. I forgot to turn down the volume. Hang on, let me just do that. Yeah, so it does look like it's at a possible altitude and blinking red there of planes. So Mick West reckons it's satellites though, but let's have a look.
There's one you can't see with the naked eye.
Right beside it.
Right beside it, that's coming kind of out of the water. Really?
Yeah, it looks like it's coming out the water because it's below the horizon.
Have a peek? Yeah, there's. Wait, there's another one.
That one does look like it could be a plane.
I see it. It's like orange.
Yeah, so I suppose he synced the video, has he? So it could be a mixture of planes and satellites they're seeing with their eyes, and the camera only picks up so much, as you know, especially if it's a phone camera. Are they using a phone? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just spirit.
There's one you can't see with the naked eye.
Right.
Well, that one did look like a satellite because it was a nice, crisp, clear, single point of light.
Right beside it, that's coming kind of out of the water. Really?
That one there could be a boat on the water.
Have a peek? Yeah, there's. Wait, there's another one.
That one looks like.
I see it. It's like orange.
So that one could be a plane. Having the apps real time would really help. You can just aim it at the sky and locate where things were. So I'd say possibly satellites or planes. Who is she? Some podcaster? Meditation chick? New album. So nobody then. Well. And who's the other one? Another singer. Most interesting Sam in the world. Don't know who he is. Don't care. Okay. They shouldn't be doing UFOs. They should stick to the music. So yeah, it's a new series on TV. Is it Apple that does it? Called Puribus. Starts off like the well signal. They get a well signal and repeating data. And then some expert works it out that it's actually transmitting DNA sequence. And then they replicate it in the lab, and it all goes wrong, of course. And it eventually takes over the world. So it's not a bad thing, but it's kind of funny. Won't ruin it too much, but go and check it out. Let's just click on that. And I'll post a link to it. You can have a watch of the clip. So basically some people don't get affected. I think it's like 12 in the whole world out of 8 billion. and she ends up being one of them. It's quite hilarious, really. It's not too bad so far. Comedy sci-fi, I guess you'd put it down. Against aliens invading. Alien sci-fi. Also, that come out recently is the new Predator movie. I might just bring that up in a minute. Was there something someone said down the side here? Well, I'm going to nap and maybe have a dream about getting abducted. Oh, okay, just departing. Sorry to see you go. How many people we got on at the moment? 10? The hardcore 10. Yeah, I don't think I'll play the trailer. I'm probably going to get some copyright hit at some stage, aren't I? When it's fair use, really, and they're getting free promotion out of it. The latest Alien movie is called... Yeah, what is it called? Predator movie. The name slips my mind. Let's see. Oh, Badlands. Yeah, that's it. It's getting mixed reviews. So basically, it goes back to the Predators on their home planet, I guess, and it's kind of strange. I didn't really like the intro on it, but basically the dad kills one of his own sons and the other son escapes to another planet. And he gets trapped on there because his craft crashes. And it goes from there. Eventually bumps into another alien droid that was on the planet trying to catch creatures for the corporation. To analyze and take their best DNA assets to make it into military assets or whatever. Now, the usual thing that you get with the Aliens / Predator movies. The makeup is not as good as the original Predator movie was, but it's meant to be like a young juvenile, so you can sort of let him get away with it. Also, he's a bit clueless, which you expect with a juvenile. And basically, the robots in it are females. So everybody's looking at that as like a wee bit wokeness in the movie, and feminists taking over. But yeah, I kind of enjoyed the movie myself, and I thought it was quite funny that the poor alien is not only trapped on the planet, but he's trapped on the planet with this nagging female robot who's got vital information he needs to be able to survive the planet. So yeah, I'd say still have a watch of it, even if you heard bad things about it. But you can't beat the original, that's for sure. The original movie. But they've got the technology to make their effects even better nowadays, right? Predator. There's always seems to be the theme of alien invasions, right? And humans trying to survive. But in this case, the humans' technology, which are robots, or what do you want to call them, androids or whatever, are on another planet trying to steal cage animals and take it back to study. What's all that crap at the end? It's going to be too long, is it? Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Looks like the comments are all working alright though. There was another one too. What was the other thing that was on? So I like sci-fis because it takes you into another world, basically. It takes you away from everyday life into another world where you can switch off, absorb, enjoy. There was something else that was worth checking out. Anyway, maybe next time. What we got here? James Fox. Okay, so this is the other garbage that's doing the rounds again. Apparently, James Fox, you know how James Fox was saying that he had various witnesses that didn't come forward or whatever, or new evidence of alien on video which never come forward, where he's got this guy, who was he? Talking about alien bodies and stuff. Could the President of the United States wave his magic wand and provide immunity to first-hand witness so they can tell their guts at an open hearing? Why not just do it anyway? If they drag you off, you're only going to be more famous. And eventually people will demand to be the person released, especially if you do it at a hearing, right? Anyway, you get immunity from Arrow if you can bring forward stuff that's been disguised, right? So that doesn't make any sense. Let's just check something here. Okay. Yeah, where's the video clip?
Well, are we about to see major UFO disclosure coming from the U.S. government? UFO researcher and
That's low, isn't it?
documentarian James Fox has just spoken to a number of key witnesses who've seen and done remarkable things, not only with UFOs themselves, yes, alien craft, and the reverse engineering of these craft, but also
Blah, blah, blah.
Absolves me of all of my TF.
Is this Moment of Contact add-on, or is this the new one they're talking about? There's one called The Age of Disclosure that's going to be coming out. Is this The Age of Disclosure, or is this the Moment of Contact? Not too sure. Oh, we got the space worms next. Okay.
well, are we about to see major UFO court anymore, right? Like, I've worked on these projects. I'm calling on President Trump to absolve me of these
behind the documentary. And I think Age of Disclosure, Dan Farah, is going to really kick the doors open because it's...
I don't think so. It's just more talking heads and serious evidence again.
Got a much more mainstream...
And it's got Lou Zondo on it. It's a fail straight away.
Appeal. But, you know, one of the things that we did with this new version of Moment of Contact, it's got an entirely brand new 20-minute opening, which I really felt like people's frustration.
Okay, so he's talking about two movies. The Age of Disclosure is meant to be coming out on the 21st of this month. And the new edition of his Contact movie with the 20 minutes extra footage. I suppose he's trying to sell more copies under a different company because it's a new version. Because remember, the other company went broke.
with the congressional hearings. You've got, in 2023, you've got this high-level intelligence officer, David Grush, and he's making these extraordinary claims of aliens in captivity, alien spacecraft, and not really necessarily, certainly openly providing the
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't really like James Fox anymore. Oh, here's the guy, the extra witness, right?
Just read the screen here, but here is that Brazilian doctor. Listen.
Meu nome é Ítalo Venturelli, estudei em São Paulo.
So this is what I hate, and they should then dim it down and do a voiceover so you don't have to read bloody subs.
Eu fiz neurologia,
So how can you read subs when it's down there on that line there, right? I went to school for neurology and neurosurgeon.
cirurgia, fiz mais de 5.000 cirurgias.
I've done more than 5,000. He's done more than 5,000 surgeries.
Só queria deixar essa mensagem que eu realmente vi. No dia fui ver como se eu
I
tivesse
went in
ido ver
to see a patient.
paciente e não era paciente, realmente era alien, claramente alien.
Clearly an alien. Is he saying it is an alien or?
Eu fiz neurologia, neurocirurgia, paciente e não era paciente.
It was not a patient. It was really an alien.
Realmente era alien, claramente alien. O crânio era em forma
cranium shaped like a teardrop.
de gota, os olhos em forma de
Eyes shaped like a teardrop. That's kind of a weird looking alien then.
gota. Eu fui ver paciente achando que era humano. E eu vi ali ser maravilhoso de mundo.
I don't know, his eyes kind of look like he's got that a little grin, micro grin. There's not a face I would trust. I don't know about you guys, looking at that straight there. I'm bullshitting you guys, and I think it's so funny. I'm just trying not to burst out laughing, a bit like third phase of the moon, right?
Mundo que eu não conheço. Me pergunto se estava sofrendo, ele não estava sofrendo, se ele estava entendendo, ele
Notice how he's always looking straight at the camera. He's not looking up here for memory recall at all.
estava entendendo. Muito calmo, muito tranquilo, olhou para mim como se entendesse tudo que eu estava.
He's regurgitating rote memory, stuff that he's memorized, basically.
Pensando. Eu acho bacana
He did a micro look there for something then.
conversar isso, explicar
Then he looked over here to fabricate a story.
para as pessoas que existem muito mais coisas do que a gente.
He's got a little smile on his face and a little squints in the eye. There are things out there beyond our imagination. Of course there is.
Imagina.
Okay, he's looking down to the right, which means he's fabricating.
Para mim foi muito importante ver,
And he's got a little smile on his face.
porque eu vi a imensidão que tem esse universo, né? Não somos só
Fabricating. Look quickly over there.
nós aqui nesse mundo.
Okay, that's a different memory recall here. So it's not just us here in such a wonderful world. So what's he going to come out with?
Tão maravilhoso, mas deve existir muito.
Must be other worlds out there being with proof of
Os
it.
outros, e aquele ser que estava ali é prova disso.
So the only honest thing there was there's other worlds out there. Yeah, but the rest of it looked like it was fabrication. Good one, James Fox. Did you put him on a lie detector by any chance? No. See, he looks like he's beat up and had it, right? That there looks like a sick man to me, looking just at the eyes there. I'm so tired of all these interviews questioning my eyewitness accounts.
Your reaction when you were learning that from him?
Closing the eyes.
Oh.
Oh.
Are you
Looking down to the right, make up a story.
kidding me? I mean, so we went back to Brazil a number of times since the film came out because this is an ongoing investigation for me. I've been at it 16 years. My partner, Marco Leal's been at it 22 years. The more we dig, the more we uncover. And we met with two forensic pathologists, Dr. Armando, who did the autopsy on the deceased.
Okay, so this is like like he's talked about in other interviews, right? This is memory recall. He doesn't look left or right much at all.
Military officer who got a scratch under his arm from the creature. It wasn't anything malicious. He just grabbed it and he got a little scratch and he died a couple weeks
Yeah, he's just storytelling here. He knows the story off heart.
later. That bacteria
He's not had to look up here for dates or names or anything like that.
had got into his bloodstream and killed him. He was 23 years old. And then the forensic pathologist who actually founded the company, IPD.
You notice he's blinking a lot too. When people blink a lot, they know this sort of lying a bit.
That performed the tissue sample.
He's got a lot of blinking going on.
Studied the tissue samples from the deceased military officer, Dr. Giannini, are coming forward.
Liar.
Just came forward for the first time on camera.
Stop blinking.
To participate in the film, saying in all the years they've been doing what they're doing, they've never seen a bacteria perform like this. It was an advanced bacteria, an evolved bacteria. Never.
Yeah, does it look like someone that's telling the truth in that?
Never seen anything like it before.
Okay, let's over here.
Never seen anything like it since. They gave us a full detailed autopsy report with comments below, which we're in the process of having transcribed.
Not once as he looks over here for memory recall.
And we'll be making those available to the public as well. And they're coming forward. We've got the former chief of police now. We got him to come forward. So new witness who allegedly saw the craft in distress, the big cylindrical shaped craft. So lots of new evidence. And then, of course, we got the...
Oh, yeah, there was a memory recall there, which is audible recall. So he's heard something.
What's happening on the American side, right? You've got all these claims of crash retrieval and aliens. I mean, it's pretty extraordinary claims. I understand that. I don't think that mainstream is quite able to process this.
Yeah, I don't believe.
So I fused the two together. I took all the congressional hearings very quickly. I didn't get bogged down because I know people have had enough of that, but also...
We sure have. We don't want to hear it on another documentary.
Talk to some people like Eric Davis, aerospace engineer, and people that were in the skiffs listening to and meeting with the first-hand witnesses, not second-hand, first-hand. Talk to...
Yeah, he's just telling a story. He still hasn't looked much over here at all.
About that. What was that like? Then I go and explore a number of cases over the decades. And then we say, but the best, most well-documented modern case took place in 1996. And then we go to...
Oh, enough of that. Halfway through, is it? I'll post a link so you can have a listen to the rest of it if you want to. Two new movies. Well, not really. Yeah, I don't trust his key witness there at all. I think he's lying through his teeth. And James Fox has been interviewed so much he can just ring it off the top of his head without having to think about it for a minute, right? So he wasn't moving his eyes up to the left and pausing. He was just ramming it off. I told this same exact same thing yesterday. Oh yeah, so we got someone talk about, you know, he was watching one of my balloon videos, which people were claiming to be like a red worm in the sky, which was like a connection of wedding balloons. He said, "Oh, that's not what Musgrave saw." So I looked into it and to find out what he was talking about, and this is the story. NASA astronaut Franklin Story Musgrave claimed to have seen snake-shaped UFOs during 2 missions in space. And I assume that's from the camera on the shuttle. But I don't know. I don't know if we can find an additional video links to it. So, as said here, Musgrave debunked his own claim of the snake as being probably a rubber seal. You know, when they open up the bays on the space shuttle, it's normally upside down, and things out of it fall out, like someone may have left a tool inside or a piece of plastic wrapper or something, and it floats off out of the bay. It ends up being space debris, right? So it could be all sorts of things like that. As he said here, all kinds of debris come off spaceships, especially at the back after the main engines shut down and you open the doors. Yeah, exactly. Ice chips, oxygen or hydrogen, stuff dumped from the engines. On 2 flights I've seen a photograph of what I call the snake, like 7 foot eel swimming out there. It may be an uncritical rubber seal from the main engines. In Zero G it's totally free to maneuver, and it has its own interval waves like it's swimming. But wouldn't a seal be circular? Unless it snaps in half, of course, which is possible. But it doesn't seem to have a fat end and a thin end, if that's the picture. Let's see if we can find any other images. Story. Musgrave or Musgrave? What's his name? Musgrave. Grove. Where am I getting Grove from? Snake space. See what comes up. So the AI's kicked in even. Entity on 2 separate space flights described it as 7 to 8 foot long. White rubbery object. Even though it looked black with internal waves, it seemed to looks like it might be the same image. Video shows interview with astronaut, talks about his experience in space. Looks a bit older there now. That certainly looks different there. So we want some pictures. or videos. So let's see, they're all the same, aren't they? Aha, what's this one? Could that be another image? It does look like it could be a seal or rubber or some kind. And that could be the other one, is it? Ah, that's the white one he's talking about. So, I don't know if there's any videos. It sounds like they only took photographs. A video would be so much better. But we're talking about old technology back then. And you can see how the fraud channels or the YouTubers make up these headlines which are not correct. He didn't believe in space snakes until he saw them, which is not true. He said it was debris and suspected the rubber seal. Space snake. 3-minute thing there. Someone's done the Skeptic's Guide. I suppose we could have a look at it and skim it. He's got music on it. Terrible, terrible.
There it is. First of all, context, right?
So has he got the pictures? Probably not. I don't see any pictures in that whole thing. So that's useless video. You got to have the videos, what they're talking about. Of course, let's not talk about his one, but talking about sky snakes. They just turn out to be balloons. Which is totally different. Got various videos here. 15-year-old. Snake slither from a sinking ship. Yeah, you got the rats as well, jumping ship that sinks. Giant sky serpent flies over. Okay, that's a game. Half a snake fell out the sky. Doesn't mean that the eagle dropped it, probably. Dropped from the sky 2 huge snakes. And of course, there's no guarantee that they don't get sucked up by, what do you call it, a tornado. Way up in the atmosphere and then eventually come down somewhere else. Imagine a great big snake coming, dropping down on your head. Or you're filming one falling from the sky. It's possible, by the sounds of it. So it could be something real as well. YouTube sky snake. Yeah. Spiritual. I'll pass. Exploring Sky Islands. Anyway, let's see if there's some images. Robert Bingham is pretty good at filming these. Snakes that can fly and scientists. Okay. I have seen snakes jump from one tree to the other on some documentaries. And they have like a thin thing, and that might be one of them there. Flying snakes. That's kind of creepy. I'm glad we don't have anything like that in New Zealand. Okay, there we go. Looks kind of like a piece of a human debris in the sky. There we go. Space snake again. What's this one? Glowing snake UFO. Okay, we know what this is. What these are. These are kite tails with LEDs on them. Okay. And some of these could be too. But that kind of looks like a load of balloons tied together there, doesn't it? And that looks like one of those, what they call it, the rosemary necklace balloon. Where it has like a circular bit goes around, it has a cross at the bottom. So that's a balloon one there. Plain contrail. I suppose that could look like a snake. And there's one there, is it? Kind of looks like a snake, but you can see there's a contrail there. That's probably a contrail of a plane that's sort of got a crosswind going that direction. And the wind's going in the same direction at that level there to that level there, alright? So it's probably gone like that, and the wind's sort of blowing it like that. But yeah, you can see how people can be fooled. And again, that looks like contrail, is it? Looks like it's vertical, but it's actually horizontal because you aim this camera up. Lego. Okay, that looks like a bunch of balloons tied together again. Some real snakes there though. Let's see. Sky snakes balloon. Or balloons. Hot air balloon. What else we got? Another one. Let's just zoom back out again. Yeah, of course you get the kites, demon kites and snake kites. And they don't have to have strings on them nowadays. They can be like RC controlled. They have a little propeller on them. Moves them through the sky. There's too many other things before you even look at it being alien critters in the sky. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, it's just amazing what people believe in, though. Won't scroll up for some reason. Come on, CPU. Close down that. Uh, 2.5 hours. Oh yeah. I thought this was quite clever. You know how horrible it is to take the shell off a boiled egg? Well, this gadget, you press down on that and it pierces the shell just enough that it cracks it right around the weak point, and it pull the little suction caps suck it enough to pull off the two shells away from the thing. I'll just show you the video. Look at that. Was it not playing? It's not perfect. There's a little bits. It's pretty amazing, and I think you can even do raw eggs on it. Oh, why are you doing that to me? UFO! Big UFO. Oh, there you go. Better than cracking it on the side of the pan. Probably make it for 15 cents or less and sell it to you for $2. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Doesn't say where you get it from, but I think you probably better find it on AliExpress, huh? Heard you survive 100,000 years, especially UK, have egg and bacon for their breakfast. Yeah, but you ever peeled a damn friggin' boiled egg? Sometimes the skin clings onto the shell. It's really annoying. Yeah, and when we use this, half of the egg white is stuck in the shell. Not necessarily. Lots of negative people there, but I think it's quite clever. When I tried to peel an egg last time that was boiled, it took me, I had to end up with a whole heap of mess. Anyway, what's the next one? Oh, right, this made in China. Remember how they're always building these super high up bridges, spanning the biggest distances. So this is what happened to one that was opened 2 weeks ago. You can see here's the tunnel. They dug through maybe to bring equipment to the edge of the mountain to build the bridge. Anyway. Dumberer.
Oh, Chobadillo. Chobadillo.
That's gonna hurt. I don't know if there was any cars on it, but apparently there was like a landslide and it took out the bridge. I don't think that would happen in America. They would be doing lots of geology tests on the rock. So they would make the rock so it wouldn't slide. I don't think it would happen in America. I don't think it would happen in the UK, and I don't think it would happen in New Zealand. China don't get earthquakes, you know. I don't think it would happen in Japan either. I think they would make sure it was really rock solid for tsunamis and earthquakes as well. But yeah, that would have cost a bit of money to fix that up again. Would anyone trust it? Take it, cross it at your own risk. Yes, I was still got that plasma stuff, but I don't know if I'll ever cover it or not. It is an interesting topic, consciousness of plasma orbs, but yeah, I still may come back to it. I'll just leave that there. What's UFOman been up to lately? So she believes in interdimensional aliens. Just proves that she's been got at. There's no such thing as interdimensional. That'd be like something going from 5D, 10D to 3D, or something from 2D going to 3D. It just doesn't, you know, interdimensional is just garbage. If she said multiverse creatures coming through portals, then she's on the right track. But yeah, it looks like he's taking news clips for quick clicks. And just look at all the views this guy gets, right? And yet, why? Because Google makes money out of him. He's got 47,000 subscribers from shilling stuff. MUFON Ron James, where he's just as bad as Third Phase of the Moon, that guy. He makes MUFON look super bad. He's been caught out many times. Remember that one with the model of a crashed UFO? He was trying to pass it off as a real UFO crash when everyone looked at it and said, no, that's a model. Pentagon confirms this UFO and footage. And that's that core bow crap. 4 months ago. Was that the one, the balloon with the missile? Cuckoo? No, that's not Cuckoo. That's the other guy. What's his name? We have the alien bodies. Where's the video? We don't have the video. We have the bodies, but no videos. Not the stupid bokeh UFO stuff being still posted around by UFOman. You still get 1,000 views for it. That one there I debunked. That's a model of a lampshade. You can see it's a lampshade. And there's a helicopter in it. He's like added the UFO in later to some helicopter footage that he filmed at China Lake, it was, I think it was. Got a whole live show on it if you want to go and watch it. Work out the reflection point doesn't match where the helicopter reflection point is, so it had to be faked. So yeah, I just can't be bothered. UFOman crap. It's just garbage. That kind of looks like one of those Globo Alarma hot air balloons with the spiky bits and being illuminated and terribly out of focus. And it looks like it's done a compilation here, so we could probably have a look through some of them. I think I'd rather look at UFO third phase. So we might start them a bit early today, 2.5 hours, so we might better get through some of it. And it looks like they've added another one since last weekend. That's all. 19,000 views. Okay, let's have a look. Do we need to go full screen on it? Probably not. Yes, if you like the show so far, do hit a like. We've got 4 on YouTube at the moment. Like I said, I didn't have much time to prepare for this week's one, but we got enough stuff here to go over to catch up on. Just do a refresh there, see what comes up. They've been muted. Now, haven't we seen this one already? TikTok.
What the fuck?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That looks like a meteorite coming down, doesn't it? Or some space wreckage debris from SpaceX or something. What's it? What's it?
Why ain't never seen no shit like that in my life, boy?
Why do I sound so stupid? Brent trying to sound like someone else.
Bro, that ain't no normal shit.
I don't know.
Fuck no.
Oh, no. That stupid music you've added to it, Blake Cousins.
Bro, they blanking.
Alright, if you...
Clearly, space debris. There they are, trying not to laugh.
were on location, on the ground, and you saw this, we've seen something similar in Hawaii, some Chinese satellite blowing up.
But we didn't know at the time, we called it UFO. Faces that you can't trust.
And so dematerializing in the air, something like this. But right now, we don't have any official explanation to what's going on. Brent, you've got another video. Yep, definitely. They're just coming in this morning or...
And they coming in. Look at this little smile on his face. We say that anyway. It's coming in. We're just recycling stuff from 5 years ago.
Like just said, the Gmail was lighting up, and yeah, we got
Gmail's lighting up.
more video. But again, there was a
There must be like 20,000 dorks out there then.
couple of events that happened in Florida yesterday, and we'll get to that.
Go on out.
Later on in
Florida, where they got SpaceX, is it? Yeah. Is this Florida? It's breaking up SpaceX debris. It's boring, man. Yeah, so you got different angles of the same debris coming down. We've added music just to really pee us off.
Y'all seeing this, right? Yes.
Dream Weaver. They should play that music in the background. At least it'll be more enjoyable.
Everybody is seeing this.
Same old garbage so far.
No real straight answer to what's going on, so definitely.
It's going to be related to SpaceX. We probably could look up the dates and times.
What is that?
What is that? I'll look on my app. Oh no, I don't have my phone.
What is that?
What is that?
That's moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yo.
Yo.
Whoa, what
Whoa.
is that? Y'all see it separating?
Is it separating?
Can't even look.
Oh, it's at night time.
Really outside though, like, what the fuck?
Now you can see how the camera readjusts the ISO. So that's the outside street lamp there, by the looks of it. So what is it?
Gary, what is that now? Hold on.
What is that? It's either going to be a helium foam balloon or it's going to be some rocket launch. That looks like a contrail going that way. And that looks like a separation point of stages. I think we're talking about SpaceX. Yeah, it looks like a SpaceX launch. Looks like it's going this way, but really it's going up. And we're looking at more at the tail end of it here.
That's not a shooting star.
No, man. What school did you go to?
It's like one big light in the front and then like a tail.
And it's quite far distance up there, right? The rocket. You can see the rocket will be there, you know, but not actually there because we're looking at more behind it. So there's the contrails. Okay, moving on. I've got to get this magnifier sorted out again.
Yeah, it's interesting. These events are always happening.
SpaceX.
SpaceX is launching almost every day.
There you go. They said SpaceX as well.
Really cool, and if you don't know what's going
Of course, you know I didn't watch this because it would have had a red line on it, so...
on, it could scare you. I know a lot of people get scared.
I'm just going by signatures. Obvious. The breakup was where the two rockets separated.
It looks like a meteor crashing, but I don't know what the hell that...
Okay. That's it. SpaceX again.
Look! What is it doing?
That looks like pyrotechnic skydivers. This one.
The aliens are landing and we're going to be in Maryland.
Yeah, no, that's a RC plane with pyrotechnics strapped to it. And it's just flying around in circles. Pretty obvious what it is.
Trees, and then it keeps going dirty.
It's behind the trees. Sure is.
This is against maybe debris coming out of space, another UFO.
No, it's not. It's pyros on a remote controlled kite or plane or something.
Blown out, but I don't know. I see these trails coming off.
See how the trails are? And how much it's bending, turning. You know it's an RC plane.
Off of it, and it screams almost pyrotex to me. What do you think, Brent?
There you go. They know exactly what it is. Looks like pyrotex. So what do you think? Oh yeah, the best video. See?
Yeah, hard telling. It could be maybe a drone with a bunch of pyrotex all kicking it.
Yeah, they know exactly what it is. These guys lie through their teeth. It could be, but it could be aliens. Oh no, they're shilling this guy going. I see aliens. I see light beings. What a load of crap. You know you don't. Is that the new, what is it? Something disclosure. They've done all these disclosure movies with Dr. Greer where he's blabbing about the same crap that he always does for years. What happened there? Oh. Did I click off it? Okay, we might have another video. Okay. And that's the same crap. Space debris and SpaceX. Dr. Greed.
False flag, an operation.
Everything's a false flag. Okay, I think we're done. Oh, there it is. Asymmetric disclosure. Okay, so we've done that one, that one, that one. Let's go backwards. Third face of the turd. Oh no, not the same stuff.
And this is Blake Cousin.
Oh no, poor thing, his Blake Cousin.
Along with my brother Brent, what are we
looking at?
Looking at right now, falling out of the sky.
Is it a jet dropping a flare?
Is this a crashing UAP or UFO?
No, it's probably a plane. Okay, that's probably moving across the sky horizontally and not actually coming down vertically, right? Also, we've got a bit of a contrail there too. I think it might be a plane being illuminated by the sun setting. So you can see the contrail. No, they should know a plane when they see one, right? Yeah, everyone's looking. Oh, it's aliens! No, they know it's a plane with a contrail. And it's going now over a mountain range. Do we see a big explosion? No. Yeah, let's give it on a bit. They're repeating it again. And again. Gotta pad it out for the ads. Okay, what do we got going here? Looks like a kite with multiple tails, is it? What's that there? There's a piece of crap on the window. Oh, it's a hair, isn't it? There's a hair or something on the window. Is that what we were looking at? That's definitely on the inside window. Oh, we're looking at bird poop. Bird poop. Alright, might be in the air. Kite, or a very long tail.
Alright, let's get a closer look at this. I added some brightness, contrast. What is this transparent plasmic unknown?
Transplastic, yeah. He means transparent plastic.
What? It's just morphing in all.
It's a meta propulsion craft.
All these kind of different shapes. This is strange, Brett.
Now, we were talking about sky snakes before.
Yeah, look at this thing. It's just kind of weaving.
Look at this thing.
Through the sky.
It's moving like it's
moving in all sorts of
a long piece of plastic that's being pulled around all over the place by the wind.
Directions that doesn't make any sense. It almost looks like it's a huge piece of thread thrown up there in the sky.
Yeah, we thought it was stuck to the window, but it still could be. Hey,
it's floating in the wind, but there's nothing conventional about this, and it's very mysterious too at the same time. What are we looking at, guys?
Something boring, that's for sure. It's just drag that one on a bit too much.
China has over us. And yes, you know, a lot of Americans have talked about rare earth dependence.
Yeah, building lights, plane lights, what else? Looks like a distant building there. Now they're obviously distant building lights, right? You can see the individual windows, you can see the block. It's ridiculous. And that looks like another tower further distance. You can see the individual windows. I suppose you could run it through the filters and bring out more details. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's see. Can we see even the building itself? Probably not. Okay, let's really overexpose it, see. Oh, there you go, look. can see the edge of the building. Edge of the building. Look at that square building. Hi, guys. Ridiculous, isn't it? It's a UFO. Yeah, you got busted.
All right, we're going to watch this once again. This was captured about a week
and you shills are putting it on and not exposing it.
Ago, people said, did you guys see this UFO as Trump lands in Tokyo last week to do some meetings with the Prime Minister?
We know it's a building
over there, but we're looking at something that is kind of, it looks like this unknown, one of those drones that was happening over New Jersey.
It looks very much like this building here, but further away. Let's just zoom in and see. You can see the darkness of it there. And that one's just a bit further away. And higher up, probably. Oh, what are they going to say about it? Let's have a look.
Jersey.
Let's have a laugh.
This thing's massive.
A massive building.
Very strange that it's close.
You know, these guys have done it for so long. They should really know something is what it is when looking at it. Always the mundane fit into categories: balloons, reflections, buildings, lights, bridges, aircraft.
In close proximity to the president, is this maybe some kind of protection that's kind of in a deep project? A deep
It's a sky drone with red light on it.
Deep black project that's there to protect the president. Yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts of technology out there that we're not familiar with. That
you're not familiar with high rises in Hawaii?
Is being used in a national.
They always have lights at the very top, don't they? Anyway, why? Maybe to make it more visible to planes. Here's another one, is it?
AI, man, it's getting good. Definitely, it's part of our world right.
Alright, AI. Generally, they leave a logo on there if it's AI generated, unless it's got cropped off.
Now we got to address it, and hey, people are sending us footage, so we're giving our opinion.
So we're just going to put it up. So what did what they mean is Brent's making all these AI videos, so we got some content to put up.
This is AI, guys, but
oh look, they got chapters. They got less lazy, have they? Oh yeah, various chapters. Have they changed the length of the chapters now? Let's see. Is it actually chapters though? Might be a new thing. Could be generated by the AI itself. Right. Auto dubbed. No, it hasn't got any chapters. Looks like it's auto-generated chapters. What is it? Every 10 minutes? Yeah, every 10 minutes. Auto-generated, so it's not going to be very accurate like my manual ones.
tell. It's getting a little hard to discern on.
Let's just move on.
Different people capturing this thing. Look at the plasmic.
The plasmic. Plastic.
Activity. It has this greenish hue. I wonder what the composite of.
Well, it looks like it exploded like it was
this meteorite or
meteorite.
Right? Yeah, could it be falling space junk? Some sort of satellite that's skipping across our atmosphere and burning up.
Could it be pyrotechnics on a back of the plane?
As it enters Earth's atmosphere, again, these things are falling more frequently.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to know if it's a meteorite or a pyrotechnic show where they emulate meteorites coming down.
Share it because scope. Looking for these things. Get a little close up. Just
so boring, isn't it? So what are we looking at now?
This part of the video that kind of caught our interest is this thing ejects multiple objects, possible scout drone.
Looks like something illuminated by the sun, doesn't it?
I don't.
Could it be a plane?
I think it's a Chinese lantern. Right, quickly before we get to the.
No. That's one of those kites that emulates stuff moving down the tower.
Next video. Yeah, look at that thing. It just released.
There's a LED kite. Okay, moving on.
You see it?
Okay, what we got?
Orb. It's right there, an orb. Just traverse.
I've lost it now.
Seen across the countryside.
There it is.
Let me get a side.
Look how windy it is. So it's going with the wind, which equals signature of a balloon.
By side comparison. The original to the left, and I did a close up to the right there. You see it just.
Whoa, nice close up of balloon.
On an intelligent.
Could be rubbish bag.
Trajectory as the
it's
wind.
So windy there. It could be a rubbish bag.
It's blowing, but look at this thing. Steady in its path, gliding through the sky. Almost as if it's on a mission here.
It's almost like it's a balloon that's got some weight underneath. Typical wedding balloons have weights underneath. We're just not seeing the little dangly line, the ribbon with the piece of weight on the end.
This is incredible footage.
Looks like it's on an angle now, so it looks like there's something dangling down from it.
You know, look how it seems to avoid the treetops as it makes kind of a upward motion.
I don't think it's anywhere near the trees. I think it's in between the trees.
As it gets closer to the mountainside, this thing
it's not even close to the trees.
I
think if it was, it would get caught up in it. There's a pretty bushy tree there.
All right, there.
They still managed to miss the tree, so there must be a big gap in between the trees.
It's right there to the right. You can see it as.
Nice balloon. Yep. Let's carry on. Here we go for time. 3 o'clock. It feels like 4 o'clock already. Okay, looks like another one of these lead kites. Lead in each corner with a different colour lead in the middle. There's a TR3B, no. If that's a TR3B, it's flying sideways, which is crazy. But kites fly sideways because they need to get the wind. Looks like it's a fair distance away too. So that's some optical zoom. Okay, there's a street lamp. Well, that's why people have LEDs on kites, so they can fly them at night time. Because it looks like a UFO and it looks really cool. What annoying music.
Drone. I don't know, but we do see the classic tales of what people describe.
Let's see, let's put that one through filters. We might be able to see the triangle pattern of the kite, maybe. So far, no go. For like some pop out. Yeah, I wonder if it could be a reflection on a window, actually. There's another possibility here, because it looks like ceiling lights, because of the circular shape of it here happening here.
It's a tier 3B with the 3 points of light and the
it could be motion blur.
red kind of center right in the middle of the craft. Shining red, but it's interesting. The outside lights are green. Usually they're white.
If you zoom it in from a far distance, so it's going to be really hard to see a black kite.
So definitely there's probably all sorts of prototypes. Earlier, you know, AI is getting pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think it's AI though. Because we got motion blur. Alright. Well, it's obviously LEDs of some kind. That we can't seem to get. Now this.
Right, let's roll that once again. He scrambles to get the shot.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, see, it's got these funny lines here. So, is it being filmed through a window? There's a window on the side of the house.
Goes outside, you can see.
Could it be a high mast light?
He's out in the neighborhood outside of, I think it's.
So what's this here, you know?
Backyard. And zooms in on this triangular shaped object just hovering there in the sky.
You know, it could be a high mast light, thinking about it. where it goes up to a pole, and then it has three things coming off it with the lights on the ends.
The typical triangle shape with the red center.
And he's just moving the camera around.
The three lights on the trifecta, and it's
yeah. So that might explain why we're not seeing reflections of the lights on canvas, because we're looking at a high mass light.
tough at a distance. I'd have to say I don't. I don't think it's as big as one of those.
Why can't we see the post though? Reflection of the post.
Quarter mile or half mile or mile wide TR3Bs, but
it's a fair distance away, so that could be the reason why.
Look how high up there it is. I'd say it's at least.
Looks like there's some other lights here, right? Could be a hillside.
30 to 40 feet in length here.
I think I'm going to go with high mass lights here.
Yeah, could it be some modified drone? I don't know, but we do see.
No, it's not.
The classic tells of what people describe as a tier 3B with the 3 points of light and the.
No, I'm going with high mass lights, so probably something like try. Let's see. Try high mask lights. Let's see what gives us what we're after. There, something like that. That one would look like a UFO, wouldn't it? UFOs. Okay. Hasn't been as much selection here. Would it give us all triangle ones, so it's not. That's crazy looking one there, doesn't it? Looks like they're going in everywhere now. Even in our area, we're getting high mass lights put in everywhere. The streets and everything. And you see them from far away. Yeah, my nose is blocking it. Yeah, looks like you got ones with red and tricolor. Let's try triangle. Okay, what have we got here? It's like the same sort of stuff. Looks like we're not going to pin it exactly. What colour were they? Oh. Where was it? What was the original colours? Red. Reset it. Red and green. So let's put that in. Homeless lights, red and green mix. Could be something used for the airport, I suppose. High mask like an airport. I wonder. Well, it didn't give us much selection there. Let's see, lights. Airport maybe. Let's see what comes up with that. That's the runway. Maybe not the airport then. Let's try street. Yep, traffic lights. Oh, look at that. A bunch of traffic lights, bloody hell. Oh my god. Whereabouts is that? LA. Crazy. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna find when you're searching for stuff. Some crazy stuff you come across at times. Yeah, still could be. Can't rule out a kite with green and red lids. So anyway, moving on. Disclosure bullshit again. Next one. I can only do so many of these before I go mental. Who's out there? We've got many people watching. Oh, we're up to 11 now. Oh, 4 likes on Pilled. Thanks, guys. Not too many on YouTube today. Hey, we got someone new on the side chat here. Okay. Ethan Johnson, how can you zoom out? What is it? I saw that. Yeah, I can zoom out, but I didn't see your message because I had the browser open full. But I think I zoomed in and out a lot. What do you think it was? The 3 lights. I guess that's what you're watching, but I'm not sure. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Right, so we looked at that one last weekend with what's it called? Bronco Ranch. I don't think the cams are faking it, the videos are faking it, but we didn't rule out it being maybe someone pranking him or someone else flying drones around. Because they use them on ranches now, don't they, as well? So they can just keep an eye on the cattle or whatever. So it's hard to know this one.
Barrett's music in the background. It's good to have Paul Barrett's music in the background. Give a
No, it's not. It's terrible idea. And it's boring, horrible music. Night Rider.
It all seems like it's a pyrotech. There's some sparks at the end of its wake as it leaves sparks right.
Is it one of those plasma things that runs along the power lines after a lightning strike? It could be. Or it could be simply AI.
Right there, look at that.
Now, where is it being illuminated and where from?
I don't know, this looks like a fast walker. It's something out there, and it's unexplained.
Yeah, saw some sparks coming off it, so could it be a drone with pyro in it? Let's have a look. See the sparks? Is that looking like CGI? Actually, it kind of does look like CGI, doesn't it? Looks like one of those sparkly flame creatures they use on those cheap sci-fis. Adobe After Effects. Yeah, I'd say it's CGI. So what do you reckon on that one? I'm not sure if he's still there. Moving on. Okay. Maybe we looked into some of this LEDs underwater that are used for fishing and attracting fish. Could that be something on the surface of the water? Like a, RC boat or something. Or something being towed behind a boat. With one of these waterproof LED lights with a bunch of hooks off it. Kind of looks like it. Yeah. So there could be a craft over here, like a jet ski or something, haven't it? Get rid of the night music, Night Rider music.
Alright guys, it looks like we got a USO on our hands right now.
No, we haven't. This isn't underwater, that's on the surface. Let's say it's some sort of fishing tackle. Let's see, blue lights. Blue. Lead. Fishing lure, maybe? So they got ones that shine blue. Look at this one. Wide lead radiation range. I bet it's something like that. Small stature, high energy, wide range of goals, excellent fish gathering effect. It's kind of meant to be like one of those bioluminescent squid, I think. Mini fishing lure. Lead. Electric deep. Whatever that is. It's got the right color blue. I think we found our match. Yeah, it looks very much like that. Being dragged along by a boat on a long line, probably. Anyway, that one's easy to solve. This underwater UFO.
All right, I'm getting some more.
I'm getting some more. Go, baby.
Information. This video is actually.
Oh, information. Not the redhead. I don't see the redhead anymore. They separated.
Coming in from Portugal. The music was a little loud. It looks like there was.
Bit like your music added on it. Annoying music.
The party going on, and they had a lot of rap.
Okay, so what do we got? A letter A balloon. Kind of looks like a balloon-like thing.
Music in the background, so we had to lower the audio.
What are we looking at there, guys? I think it might be a kite, actually. It looks like one of those parrot kites. Looks like a red-winged parrot there on stick or something. And someone's just flying it. Parrot kite. It kind of looks like, what do you call it? The red parrots. Cherokees? I don't know. What do you call them? Red parrots. I don't know, guys. Red parrot. Could be a balloon. It could be a kite. Something like one of these guys. The one that's sitting on a branch. Let's try balloon. Oh, let me zoom out a bit. Balloon. Yeah, it's getting closer to it. There we go. Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Hot air balloon. I wonder if it's a hot air balloon. Let's go back and have a look again. That's a big feet at the bottom. Could be a parrot hot air balloon. And there it is there. Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Just need to see it rotated towards us a wee bit. It's the closest one we've got to the angle. But that one looks like it's a bit chubbier. So that one there. That's the optical angle, right? Right underneath it here. So some sort of either hot air balloon or a regular balloon. With that one, distance, you're not really seeing the color of it.
Propulsion whatsoever. It's just hovering there in this.
Which a hot air balloon would do.
Sky. Broad daylight. It doesn't get much better than this. And what's going on in Portugal? I think
they're flying hot air balloons is what they're doing. Okay, keep on going. Okay. Ooh, and that music. Might have to mute it. It's getting annoying, isn't it? Dreamweaver, help me through the night. Can we see anything there? Ah, dot. I love dot videos. Not. Oh no, they're a plane. And a balloon. That's closer. You can see it's a plane. And that's probably another plane. Hidden away though. Yeah, kind of looks like it could be a smaller plane, overexposed. Let's just move on. Next one. TikTok balloon of some kind. It looks of it. Solar tube balloon. There you go. It looks like a solar tube balloon. So easy one. It's unlikely to be alien. It'll be something like that. They come in all sorts of sizes. There you go. That one looks like the closest match. Looks like it's black as well. Solved. Okay, next one. Oh no. Still plugging that documentary because they want money. I can't believe anyone buys their movies. I really can't. So we've only gone through 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes now. But I'm getting a bit tired, so I might have to wrap up. My eyes are a bit sore. Like we can only get through so many of third face nonsense before we go crazy. And my nose is blocked and I'm getting a very dry mouth, so I need to drink. Dreamweaver. What are we seeing? A tree. This old one is circulating it for years now. What was it? What was this one? Farm building in the distance. Parallax movement. I'm just trying to think of it. Wasn't this one some UFO sculpture some crazy farmer put up in South America? Yeah, it was something like that. Let's see if it jogs my memory. Looks like I think it's on the top of a building actually, and it's got like posts coming down. What do they call those? Gazebos, right? That looks like a gazebo. Probably a swimming pool underneath. Of course, this is where you need the map location. Then you can go Google Earth and see what's there, right? Okay, we're recycling stuff by the looks of it. Okay, this looks like it could be a fake. Looks like a lampshade. No reference point. Kind of looks like a lampshade. Could be a real object that's sort of been trimmed and added to another video to make it look like a UFO, which you call CGI basically. There's VFX, which are based on using models and wireframe models, and then they put skin on it. Or you got the CGI, which means computer generated image, which could be just simple as adding one image onto another background of an image with edits done so you don't see the post or whatever. Yeah, out of focus on purpose. Say fake. Okay. Well, what have we got now? Looks like a stormtrooper balloon with an LED light put on it. Was it not playing? Okay. I must be talking. Okay, it looks like now you got photographs of it. It looks like one of those character balloons. Let's see if we can match it.
To share with you guys, and the last time I would say, I don't want to say taken.
Okay, this not. They got someone on a voice call, but this is not what he's filming.
And then everybody could do their own homework, check with the sources, and reach out to them. And
let's see, lifelike. Lifelike character. Just throw balloon. And looks like I have to narrow it down a bit more. Damn. Now this is Stormtrooper one. They're quite big. Is it a Stormtrooper though? Star Wars. That's not Star Wars. Maybe we have to put the character. What's going on? It won't let me type. I have to go to magnify and do it. Okay. Yeah, this is the Stormtrooper one. It's big as a human, if not bigger. They want a side profile. A TIE fighter one, you can see how big that one is. Also, I'm going to get a side view of it. Yeah, it's quite big. Yeah, what else could it be? Batman. Looks like the bounty hunter, is it? Looks like something there, right? Yeah, someone's added an LED light to it though. Bounty hunter, maybe? Spelled it wrong, but Boba Fett. I suppose we should have put that one in. Some humanoid balloon anyway. Got it. Yeah, that's fairly big too. Now what's that? 2007. Well, I don't know. What's that one there? Creepy dark humanoid figure. Doesn't look like a balloon though. There are some possibilities here. But anyway, it's got to be something like that.
Yeah, I actually remain anonymous, but I am from Texas, Dallas area. And
Looks like they're just doing random videos of voice calls. Yeah. So they're just recycling stuff. So that's probably a weather balloon. That's probably a plane. Filmed from another plane. Yeah. Anyway, out of focus. It looks like a balloon UFO, actually. One of those balloon UFOs. Can't even get it in focus. On purpose, of course. Yeah, it looks like one of those UFO balloons with the dome underneath. UFO ad balloon, as they call them. That one there. Look at the circular bits going around. Someone's added some LEDs to it underneath. How easy people are fought. And there's again one of those high altitude web balloons. Look at that one. Anyway, I might have to wrap up there actually. Almost up to 4 hours. And we have to save some for another day, I guess. Like I said, we can only manage so many of the videos before we go mad. Because we haven't got the basics, we haven't got the date, time, location, which direction they're looking. Well, there's something there, right? I think we've looked at this one before. Looks like a balloon, doesn't it? Looks like it's wobbling in the wind, back and forth. Yeah, what's going on there? Now, Third Face used to use toys to fake a lot of their videos, from Star Wars especially for some reason. What are they saying about that one?
Coming out of Mexico.
Yeah, so this got a radio talk show. I'm just putting up random videos for it. Okay, we'll skip past those ones. What have we got? Is this the Bigfoot one? Not sure. What are we looking at on that one? Alright, something. Really good filming. Up and down, up and down. Highly suspect. Oh, that's making me seasick. Okay, it looks like one of those UFO ad balloons again. I suppose all you need to do is buy one of those UFO ad balloons, release it with some fishing line so you can always bring it back down. Take some videos of it and put it up on your websites. What are we filming there? Looks like some sort of facility in trees. But yeah, what are we meant to be filming? Right, that's the famous one we debunked. They knew what they were filming that night. That's the one they faked, saying it was a USO. It's actually a search and rescue operation off the coast of Hawaii there. And they got their special new colour night vision camera. Psionics. And it's actually a helicopter, I think.
Going on nowadays. People got to do their homework. They got to talk to the people.
Yeah, they're just using old footage. Okay. So yes, it means nothing, right? Plenty of hoaxes there. And there's that thing again. They're just circling around. So that's a waste of time. I think we might leave it there actually. Whistleblower murder. Okay, that's where we got to last time, wasn't it? A couple of weekends ago. Let's have a quick look at this one.
Put in a program because they fixed me.
Hang on, that's Ed, isn't it? Which we believe is another channel that Blake made. And made up this fake character called Ed. It's got some of the videos that's the quality, you know.
I guess my dad agreed there was all these generals that had their own kids.
Yeah, it looks like it's doing the talk radio stuff again.
Your story is...
Yeah. That's the one they faked, remember? What was it now?
Anything you want, I'm not going to hide anything.
Thank you. I can tell right away that you're not trying to hide anything. And the truth is being told, in my opinion, right now. This is quite amazing what I'm listening to right now. So this is very compelling. We're getting some kind of feedback, static.
A lot of that old stuff they're recycling, which they faked. Using balloons and all sorts of things, and CGI. Yep, that's like old stuff.
That's like the reading room.
These must be really, really old episodes of just recycling. So, how much of these are actually any new stuff? All the new stuff they're getting to their email daily. Oh, that's old recycled crap. Yeah, we'll go through some more another day. Let's see what I get time to look at next week. I've got some more appointments. But anyway, thanks for joining us today, and yeah, I need to go and have a rest. My eyes are not terribly good. I didn't get much sleep. Good night. Or see you next weekend. Well, hopefully all the other regulars that didn't show up today. Where's Michael King lately? You know, I wish people would, you know, have a little nap on the weekend before my show so they can watch it. That's a bit disappointing, really. Anyway. Take care on the roads, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for hitting the like. But yeah, this is really more of a catch-up episode. And I'll run off the credits. Here we go. Here we go, coming up. Yes. So, not much happening in ufology, is there? Why wouldn't that minimize? I don't know, it's just slow. My throat's too dry now, and it's got fairly hot here. It was cold this morning though, so I might just wrap it down early, and I'll do the other ones before YouTube's always the last one.